a common trait among overly kind individuals. In the grand scheme of life, it's easy to get caught up in the needs and wants of others, often to the detriment of our own. But what happens when this kindness, this self-sacrifice becomes a pattern? It leads to resentment. This is because the more we give, the more we tend to expect in return. And when those expectations aren't met, resentment creeps in. Over time, this resentment can fester, creating a bitter aftertaste to our acts of kindness. This resentment is not towards the people we are kind to, but towards our own selves for neglecting our needs. In this way, kindness can foster resentment. Eighth, and finally, kindness can create a risk of dependence. An overly kind individual can inadvertently become the crutch others lean on, causing a ripple effect of dependency. This dependency is not limited to physical support, but it extends to emotional and psychological realms as well. It's like a well-meaning gardener who waters a plant too much, preventing the plant's roots from growing deep and strong. This over-nurturing can undermine the independence and self-reliance of the people on the receiving end of the kindness. They may start to rely heavily on the kind individual for emotional support, decision-making, and even their self-worth. Over time, these individuals may struggle to stand on their own feet, to make decisions without external input, or to validate their own worth.
The narcissist thrives on emotional reactions, seeking to manipulate and provoke. However, indifference is a powerful shield. It's about maintaining an unaffected calm in the storm of their provocations. Understand this, indifference is not about apathy or neglect. It's a conscious choice to not let external events disturb your inner tranquility. It's about recognizing the emptiness of their attempts to control and manipulate. Indifference, in this case, is not ignorance, but wisdom. Seventhly, practice empathy. As Stoics, we often forget that understanding others is a virtue too. Think about the narcissist's perspective. Why do they behave this way? Often it's rooted in insecurity or past trauma. By empathizing, we don't condone their actions, but we work to understand their motives. This understanding can reduce conflict, making interactions more manageable. Remember, we're all products of our past experiences. Empathy is not just about feeling for others, but with them. Empathy is the bridge to understanding. Eighthly, use silence as a tool. When faced with the manipulative tactics of a narcissist, the power of silence becomes evident. Rather than feeding their need for conflict, silence can be your response. It's a display of strength, of your refusal to be drawn into their game. By choosing not to engage, you demonstrate control over your reactions. It's an act of stoic defiance that can disrupt their pattern of control. Silence can be your fortress, your shield. Silence is the ultimate weapon of power. Lastly, practice forgiveness. While it may seem counterintuitive, forgiving a narcissist is not about absolving them of their actions. Instead, it's about freeing yourself from the emotional chains they've wrapped around you. It's about acknowledging the hurt, but choosing to let go. It's about taking back control of your emotional well-being. Remember, forgiveness is not a gift to the wrongdoer, but a gift to yourself. It's a step towards inner peace. Forgiveness is the key to your freedom. So, how does a Stoic deal with a narcissist? It's a question we've sought to answer today by exploring 9 Stoic strategies that can help shift the dynamics of the interaction. Let's quickly revisit these principles. First, we talked about maintaining composure. Regardless of the narcissist's actions or words, the Stoic remains calm, poised and composed, not allowing their inner peace to be disturbed. Next, we discussed the importance of practicing detachment. The Stoic understands that they need not be affected by the narcissist's behavior, instead choosing to observe without emotional involvement. The third principle was knowing oneself. The Stoic recognizes their own worth and does not need validation from the narcissist or anyone else. We can reduce unnecessary worry and overthinking. Then, we have the acceptance of impermanence. This is the understanding that all things, good and bad, are transient. This helps us to not get too attached to or overthink about any particular situation or outcome. It's a reminder that no matter how difficult a situation might be, it will change, as all things do. Lastly, challenge your negative thoughts with logic. The Stoics were not ones for unwarranted pessimism. They believed in questioning our negative thoughts, asking ourselves if they were based in reality or just products of our overactive minds. By doing so, we can often find that our fears and worries are not as grounded in truth as we might have thought. These strategies, when practiced consistently, can help us break free from the chains of overthinking. Adopting a Stoic mindset isn't merely about combating overthinking. It's about embracing a path to inner peace. You see, the beauty of Stoicism lies not only in its ability to help us in the throes of overthinking, but also in its potential to foster a deep-seated sense of serenity. This ancient philosophy, with its emphasis on virtue, reason, and self-control, can equip us with the mental resilience to weather life's storms. It can embolden us to face adversity with courage, to accept what we cannot change, and to find contentment in the simplicity of life. Imagine a life where you are no longer shackled by the chains of overthinking, where your mind is not a battlefield, but a tranquil oasis. This is the promise of Stoicism. It teaches us that happiness is not a destination, but a journey. It's about finding joy in the process, in the growth, in the transformation. Integrating Stoicism into your life doesn't have to be a daunting task. Begin with small, manageable steps. Incorporate a moment of mindfulness into your morning routine. Ponder on the Stoic teachings as you sip your tea or coffee. Practice patience when things don't go as planned. Seek wisdom in the face of adversity. Gradually, as these principles become second nature, you'll notice a shift in your perspective, a newfound strength in your mental fortitude, and increased satisfaction with life. And remember, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about understanding them, managing them, and using them as tools for personal growth. It's about recognizing that our thoughts and emotions are not our masters, but our companions on this journey of life. So, dear listeners, dare to tread the path of Stoicism. Dare to step out of the whirlwind of overthinking and into the calm of mental clarity.
Your core values and life goals. This introspective practice is essential for personal growth and self-awareness. By setting aside time for reflection, you can assess your progress, identify areas for improvement, and reaffirm your commitment to your personal philosophy. Reflection fosters a deeper understanding of yourself and your place in the world, enabling you to navigate life with greater purpose and clarity. Whether through journaling, meditation, or thoughtful conversation, engaging in regular self-reflection is a powerful tool for maintaining personal integrity and direction. The final Stoic principle is recognizing and embracing your connection to the larger whole, be it humanity, nature, or the universe. This sense of belonging instills a responsibility towards others and the world around you. It encourages compassion, humility, and a broader perspective on life. By understanding your role within this larger context, you can act more thoughtfully and contribute positively to the collective well-being. This principle not only promotes social and environmental consciousness, but also enriches your sense of purpose. It's about seeing yourself as part of an interconnected network, where your actions have broader implications beyond your immediate surroundings.